Oh, it actually started working. Ow. Yes. Your title, we're supposed to assign a new tense unit. Why? I wanna make one with the H-bridge driver in it. So this is a bit of a weird setup. My phone, as always. We'll see how this goes. So we'll be using breadboard for this project. Because I think we'll be needing a bit of... We will only have 5 volts. I want to make lots of jumpers available, shift registers. So I don't think we will be leaving this on Arduino. Familiar, eh? That one is like old and the other one is... The delay on the preview is ass. This is not the proper way. Especially when there's ships chisel off, basically. But yeah, that will be going into an anti-static bag. It's not anti-static, it's... I don't know. There's two types of anti-static. For my life of me remember the names of vent static. I wanted to make sure everything is shunted and actually prevent static. Make sure everything is at the same. We keep that power rate. So yes, we'll be... And we're not doing anything pad with a pen. Let's just make circuitry. Jesus. Come on. Oh. That's not pleasant. This bendy pins of the day goes to the... But yes, we will be getting... This is the parts box I'm mainly referring to, by the way. Yes, that's a lithium cell. Please sharp. Actually, this is a 4 point something volts. I found it scary the first time it went up to 7 volts. It charged to the bit on black goo on... Well, let's actually get some switching transistors here. So we'll also need amps. I'm not doing the pulse generation directly, but I'll step up capacitor. Is anything in here? 50-ish, 47 puffs. So who needs... These two are the same capacity. This other one is a bit smaller one is CAN EECOM. Okay. Both 50 volts, both 47 US. Who calls on a front door in the middle of us three? Also, that's a thing and ways of saying time. For example, here in Sweden, you say it's 2:30 instead of 2:30, as a minor example. And it's that Dutch grammar in general. So we're gonna have all that, because we wanna see what the hell we're gonna have values. I guess we'll just put this, the last control micro res. They have to be offset by 1 pin, which choose one side, which you will have. It's 3 volts, reset ground and VN, RX. Reset on both sides. Reset. One also has reset on both sides. I thought there was only one reset. What the fuck? I have been fooled. Also, that's a thin board. Digital pins. Essentially it doesn't matter. Pin we got 1 off volts and VN, and we're only gonna need like 1 pin. We can chain it. So extra space to the for no arbitrary reason other than that we might use it. Oh Jesus! Not insert micro into a board. Oh, that looks bad. While I stabbed myself. Well, and I bent it. Bend it all back, and let's actually straighten these pins along each. I see a bent pin. And also, I've had all kinds of problems with the OBS. It doesn't want to stream because it's trying to look for the NVENC encoder. And then when I managed to switch into advanced mode and somehow just I clicked the encoder and there was only one option and it was already selected. I clicked it again, hit apply, okay, start streaming, and it freaking worked, and here we are. We're encoded and I'm hoping we won't die of the heat and radiation, and now I'm doing it. So we're doing it more controlled. Yeah. mayhem we had. That ISP pin. Digital pins, because if quick connect wires, we can switchers, right? These four. Product by the. Let's get Confuserio. Oh, so let's search up these parts. We have this 8550. It is. A 1 watt. As long as they are all PNP, this could. That also provides a failsafe that if the controller just fucks off on you and just blanks, would just short the cap out, and the electrodes would also. It's in a sense a failsafe. In a sense, a fail deadly. Power circuit to be wrong. So that's a potential hazard. See, 8550D, 8550D, and 8550 new line D on the side instead of. Okay, so they're all 8550p. For your record, I have no clue how transistors work. Actually, I do. I always mix and match them together, but this tiny little head of mine. We're gonna do a Google search. PNP. Actually, we could add. And it selected the right thing, and it just fucks off. Can I? Yeah, that worked. Ish. So yeah, we're just reading up on. Tell you what, let's just say fuck all to all of this transistor theory, and let's just prototype something. Let's just see if we can get 8 bright, 8 bright, H-bridge drive transistors. So we do want to allocate space, but I don't want to use this nasty part, whatever has corrosion, but it's like dirt on the. What I'll do is their cables hook up off now. Wouldn't be a good time to have the 5 volts. We have the ground on the right side for now. So we'll just hook that up. Rails by the rail. And we'll get a bit longer cable like that. The fiber short, just long enough. And we theoretically have a rail which we can now then funds. Hold on. Let's get back to that data sheet. What was it? 85, 80 data heat? No? No? Or was 8550D? Yeah. Oh, okay. Bipolar. Bitaxial. Half amps. Absolute maximum ratings are. Oh, wait. Parents. May not be the best transistor for the job, but if we are counting on that the human is going to be the highest resistance, most of the voltage is going to be dropped over the human. So it's only going to be like a few volts. A theory. So the blob. What fucking direction was it? Okay. All of them are going to be lined up in fashion. The reason why I'm pressing them down so hard is because they barely have leads. So let's actually start hooking shite up. And let's just disregard transistor theory for a moment, and let's do mistake regular H-bridge driver. So first of all, these two together. Bases. We're hooking together now. It would be nice. Come here, Tweezer, where are you? Where are you, Tweezer? Fucking SUV. Yes. Hashtag this isn't working. Oh, I found it. I spy a little tweezer in the corner of my eye. As to be expected, live chat is dead. Recording and then up. It's supposed to be easier when you're streaming something for you and not against you. So those are just to bind the bases. Now we're actually gonna bind, because bridge is that there's some kind of your power is coming in top and bottom, and it's switching in a third transaction. You could use this analogy when wiring power up to it, 50 volts, whatever. We shall get that's just straight on the input on the. Mind you, I have no regard. Make something while I wake. Deep slumber, being half dead. On the top, negative on the bottom. We have negative on both of these started. The jumper further to the other top one. These two switch on, link it up so that these are the inputs. There's loads of how these actually work. It's currently a mess of wire. Its current configuration and all of this should all be at the same. If I know we'll see how correct that claim is. Speaking of, let's test it and see how much of a lunatic I am when it comes to transistor theory. Focus. Refocusing via the meter. So audio output, but it does give you a numerical. So let's just test. Holy shit. I don't know my transistor theory. Oh, yeah, that should be dying. No. Polarity. Maybe I'm just because I don't know my transistor. Maybe I can't measure. Is there something that's positive? Maybe I should test from the base of this. Power this until smoke appears. Or if the thing gets really, really hot. First step, find an appropriate. Good enough for actually this might have data lines because of the Faraday core here. We'll all see the plop. And let's hook that up into a USB 3 port. Just plop plop. Do I know he yeah, but I built this too far away. Now let's pass. Move this back. I think I need to make. Oh no! High power resistor. That's on my hands. Hey look, optocoupler. Maybe we'll need some. We'll do need a high power transistor. 106. Sure. Oh, it's an NPN 400 volt. Volts do I need to get this into the conductor state anywhere? To base voltage. It's good. Good. 134 silicon NPN transistor. To base voltage, half a amp base current. I think just any old transistor will work with so much. 47C. See what that is. BC? BC547. It is NPN. What's the base? Need something that I can actually switch into the fully 50D. Put that on there and short out those. Also known as diodes. Am I misunderstanding the data? In any case, I could just bind it. We do need some LEDs though. Actually, do we? We'll at least have one like active LED. Yeah, let's have a LED. Yeah. Oh, the intensity is gonna vary. My NPN transistor is balling. Yeah, it's the same for. Let's find my parts bin. Where's my parts bin? My real parts bin, that is. Where is it? In here? First try. Oh, my parts bins. Maybe? I don't fucking know. These are my bins, by the way. I try to keep it on. It's so hard. That's just so much fucking crap. Oh hey, look, a UK plug. Yeah. My headset keeps sliding off and it makes me insane. Yes, now yes. My bag of transistors. Also, I wonder. Yeah, PSOs. These things with since piezo elements are fairly high voltage elements, which I learned from trying to drive those small piezo's so from 5 volts, and I was like, oh, they're not loud. I must have damaged them while soldering, and then I took one out of a microwave, worked barely better, and I was like, oh, I suck at soldering. But then I realized that it might be because it's a crystalline, and crystal structures often require high voltages and a small current, but hey, that's life. They have a high resistance, I guess. I'm just occasionally looking for some more transistors, just in case. And I'm also... So let's get... Yes, let's get some transformer. Let's get a real coil, like this one. A micro heavy. Oof. It's a bit dope. Yeah, but I think that's what we're gonna get from this box. Potentially just unplugged the microphone. That's nice to know. Just looking over at the recording bar thingy. So yes, this is the bag of transistors and by the almighty. The content ID monopoly. The fairness of the system needs to be transistors. These first unit, and learned that these are 7 volts, so I was driving them off 5 volts, and yes, these are out of the question for actual -25. That's a new one. Easy. -25. Fire transistors on semiconductors beam. Are lead-free devices. I don't know my periodic. I knew it, but I don't know it anymore. Yeah, I was right, it's lead. I had to check. Oh, and because PMP. So I just forgot because I currently have a brain freeze on transistors normally. Oh. This shows how much cursors. Yes. Reading. For fuck's sake. Okay, I'm just gonna go with what my gut says and say that NPN is normally closed. NPN transistor. 9014. Or 14C. The download PDF. Yeah, and it didn't fucking work. Yeah, the fire low level. This is not what we want. What's just under half. 47B. That's gonna be PMP. 47. This is S9014. Is that a date code? I don't know. It's NPN. Oops. I can use this, I guess. Oh, and I just checked the graph on this same thing, and at 5 volts, that's a emitter breakdown of 50 volts. 50 volts, we know. This cable is not the best. And I just shot components off the table. So, what? Where's emitter base collector? Okay, emitter base collector. Seems to be a bit universal. So that's our switching trans. And we're gonna want to use after. Yes, after. I'm gonna pull that straight off. No questions asked. And first of all, let's actually get power to this transistor because it's. Make sure there's nothing. There you go. Just forgetting something. I'm so obsessed when I know I need those before that. Michael. And there's like no. Let me take out my parts bin again. Just fill with bigger chunk though. We could opt for something like that. Little things too much. Little nano heavies. Your box might actually have some graphite stuff. Although here's a bit chunky to it. Also the probable scraping, which I assume you're hearing, is my microphone cable. Stuff. Let's check the bigger parts bin for potential parts. There was not much in here at all. Fuse holder, wallet, big transformer here, that's what. And blank circuit. most bunch of glass fiber, really. Yes, lid on. It's half disappointing, but I don't want to do that. You can barely hold any magnetic. Let's do some finding out. Okay, this is a weird transform. Input 230, output thicker pins, I assume that's 1 point what? So... no... I cannot... I will not get into the... I will not... with that blob of solder, let's see. Keep it. Yes, we're gonna need oil. Made the leg longer by squeezing. Will be in here somewhere. So don't fling. But yeah, that's probably still not gonna magic and temperature. Force and a little bit of that. Even at room temperature. So yeah, now when we're basically just connection here again with this flat bending. Ouch. Just thoughts. This is not gonna be in a wire. I mean, power transistor choke. But really, the electronics, there's no such thing as decide what components words compared to other industry. Sometimes means that you're pushing outside of the specs to double the voltage rate. Never do that to a capacitor and just lose all of their capacity. Oh. This is the big pain of gauge wire too. Yeah, copper work hardens was. Ay, that hurts. I'm done. Used to my tweeze. I don't need to use my thumb. It was literally all the way starting from here. Think about its current minor fractal. No. We're gonna use cable I cut off and never used. So that's we could check. I'm writing it from the wrong. I think it's really good. Yes, definitely longer, sorry. At least at least twice as long as me. It's at least twice as long as me. Well, it is figure. So this is a double. Yeah, pretty long book. Half seems too little, the whole 2/3. It's... oh Jesus, noises. So I've approximately marked out 1/3 or 2/3. Should be double the length of the other. That's a small one, definitely. Let's get the longer one. So far, 2 turns. Can like not let go of that. Hold on to that now. Almost dropped it. Bunch up for reasons. I know it's because of round fucking core. I know. No topology. I would say I know it okay. Why getting caught on my knee? Because that's it here. Okay. That's not gonna fix itself. Oh, clonkety clonk. Forgetting to show the camera. What is you, okay? Putting your share in the same wire start to overlap. Also, we're about to hit 7-8 turns, maybe boosting part. Oh, we're hitting it like basically the amount of wire that's taking twice. But it would help, it wouldn't be such a fucktard. And we're currently wired. Could you not wire? I'm asking like one thing. Consider it a dick sponge. One job. Can't be wiring that fucking crap. The things stop going so start fighting backwards if you jump forward. Stop. I'm starting to lose my patience now, and I dropped it. Ow. I'm afraid we're not gonna get out. There is where we're gonna have to come. Let's be a bit nice to this thing and give it a bit of slack. Now we can finally continue with this shit. Coil. There will be a diode charging a cap. Solving iron still hot. I'm gonna leave this disconnected because we're gonna make sure that this actually is not 5 volts on ground. If I put this to 3 volts to 5 volts, it will provost. a transistor resistor. So let's see what 100k. 100k. I should probably get some sketch running to high frequency switching. Wow. I'm on 16 volts. Yeah, by times. Not anything higher than. Oops. Volts. Reference to charge 2. Why? To ask for a pump. Come on. There you go. Good boy. Who's a good boy? You are little. Switching going. Okay. Was this 1k or 1k? To switch our contraption to the you get honor. So let's plump up some code just to switch that thing at an arbitrary frequency. Now let's install the Arduino. Sudo sudo Arduino. Oh. Knowing Arduino is powered by. We'll see how this goes. Phone is not too hot at the moment. Seems to be processing triggers. Shared mime in. This is just a waiting. A moment. Jeebus. Let's check. How far have we gone now? 2 hours of assembling jelly bean parts into the nothingness is Arduino. To be added to the dial, you must log out and log in again before any group. Control C. Sudo Arduino. I don't take shit from no Java app. Okay? Bare minimum as sudo. I don't know, maybe we could but yeah, if we look here we have. Let's see if we can edit. Requires restart of Arduino. So now's the question. Let's take 3000 kilohertz. I have no idea if this is gonna work. Oh Jesus! Disconnected 5 components. No idea what kind of Arduino this is. Nano. Okay. Let's show up anything until I plug in the fucking thing. Then it's gonna be a shady. We're just gonna. No key here. It actually came up. Upload. Go. Rating high voltage. Maybe I should put my fucking. I was about to say something was hot, but it wasn't. So let's 0.9 volts. It was charged. Doing something. This is awesome, and this is my booster I've ever built. Or being a coward by not. Seems to do nothing, so I think yeah, that definitely worked. Direct real connection. Because we don't care about. Let's see how many volts we get up to. It says 20 volts. Oh, this thing's getting really hot. Switch, turn it around. Literally, no. Hello, 64. It's not hot. I got chills. I was like, oh, the thing doesn't look like it. Replace it with that 1K again for safety. Let's check the volts. 76 volts. It's 77. 77 volts. Can you guys see that? You guys cannot see anything what I've done. Balls. I'm so. Look at that. Anyway, I switched the transistor. I'm running 75 volts. It's not hot. This is awesome. From 5. That's all. I just switch this around. So here we have the one right there. Went down in intensity. And this is interesting because I'm not makers. Did feel thing from the cap directly onto. But yeah, it's hard to know if this thing is getting hot or if I'm. Since I know basically nothing about it. I will change. I will make the sketch. I need to do. 25 microseconds. I'm searching for 25, 40 microsecond period. A lot of that is going to be the inverse. So 1 microsecond on, like 35 off. Sketch is read only. Some files are marked as read only, so you need to folder. Projects. This is already done uploading. So if we're lucky, we'll get around 70 volts. It's understandable because we reduce. Small means that if you put it too high of a load. This transistor is. We have our high voltage circuit. It looks like we don't really need information of the 5 volts here. In any case, I would actually put 70 volts to there. From here, no baloney. You didn't saw that because the screen is in the way, but flashes. But it didn't get hot, so if you think about it, 7 ohms. Diodes. Can't rule out diodes, doesn't work. So yeah. We need NPN transistors. Actually, it will be easier with just pull them down to. Or am I thinking backwards? I'm not sure. I don't know. To 5 volts. Attempt to hook into 5 volts. Thing to do. Let's remake. So currently we have. Slowly climb. This unit will have no form control, which is kind of scary. Let's see what it actually has. It stays where it is. But yeah, I find it fun that I can make components where of one is I'm not gonna run it on that wire. I'm gonna keep. Never know. The failure mode. These are any component has equal string has a chance of failure. But yeah, that 50 volt cap is pretty heavily overdriven. Volts, but that's from 0. We could get 250 volts even zeroing off. Here's another 50 volts. The volter. Oh Jesus, that scared a popping noise and showered. Oh. There we go. So please note that I'm currently working on Caps series. We're ready to. Yeah, this is high voltage. They killed the controller. I currently have it across my fingers and I can't feel it. Oh. Drops to around 27. The resistance of my skin actually fun. But yes, uploading. Done uploading. I changed it from 1. Oh, it does actually. There's literally no keep load to know the current it draws to, so that's real quick. Milliamps, 50 milliamps, 50, 70 milliamps. The same fucking ordeal. Okay, playing around with your fools, I'm not taking away nothing. Can I pick up 1 wire? So, that's 6 volts. We are pulling around 44 volts, that's bad. So, we definitely have a high voltage power supply here, capable of tens of volts. Now I have to find my old. If I were to put an LED over here, would light, but it would just. Fashion experimenting. Should light up. Plugging it in the right way. So it does have enough power to touch. That's actually pulling. That's 900. Starts off high and then it goes low. I think you can see that on the starts off with charge up. It will so. And here's the thing. This is 60, 75, whatever volts. You saw earlier, I could just touch them. Barely felt anything, even though there was 40 volts. That might have been because of contact area. Well, I'm gonna solve that, keep a really big count, also see what happens when these actually. Also, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the actual switching. So, oh yeah, I just always put the freaking lead back in 67.1 volts. I have no idea how the equations work and how the math works and that frequency for. That's good. And I know there's math. I'm gonna try lower frequency now. We might actually try and bring it into the audible yield of. No. turn to that, into that. It's well into the auditorials, and it just says nah. Yeah, let's switch it back to 5. Upload. Now, I've been saying now quite a bit, but now's the time that we stop saying that. It's a real small unit. And you could really make 10 units cheap if you could just reduce it to 5 transistors, a cap, a diode, a choke. It's possible. I've wholehearted. Yeah, this is still high voltage. I forgot. Chrome, help me. MP, H-bridge. I'm getting tired. That sucks. I need, according to Lasser, I need PMP on the high side and NPN on the low. So, I thought it was shorting out because signal, telling them all to just short that. There's obviously something, well, capable of bucking regular high voltage up to 72-ish volts before they die when I put the probes on. Who knows? It might actually have been 50 volts. Might turn into a transistor hunt. For now, I'm gonna take a quick, almost all of the transistors into, and I'll be back in 5-10 minutes. While guess we'll stress test this because, hey, this is a stream, you can't pause it. Well, you can always jump forward, as it were, for displayment. No, there's gonna be about 70 volts on there. Transistor, cold or bad. Magnets, RFID. There you go. I'll be right back. I forgot to tell you something. When I started recording, it was window is now looking at, and it's the preview you're looking at. I might actually bring my phone with me. Well, we'll see. I'm gonna go for a few minutes and we'll be... Hello, food is in order. It's starting again in, sucks, but it will give me some stink. Yeah. I'll have some stink time. I'll come back in a few hours. Until then,